Hello, hello. Okay, sweet. Today is April 12th, 2026. It is 7:17 p.m. I'm going to try to get this done here in a couple of minutes, but so this is the devlog for our NPC week 11 of my second semester sophomore year. We've been talking about NPCs and data tables and figuring out widgets that are like reactive through no or through certain parameters. I have two NPCs set up. This is the fisherman. This is the guard. They both serve two different functions that I'll get to here in a moment, but I'm going to start at the very beginning with the third person character. So, with the third person character, we have interact buttons. This is a little annoying. I think that I can probably fix this, but at the moment, we have two interact buttons. The issue being that, like, whenever we pressed started, it was firing through the dialogue, like, really fast. So, we had to change the parameter to started, meaning like the start of the button press, not counting while holding or in on ended, that type of thing. But makes it to where it's actually like pressing the button once, dialogue, press it again, dialogue two, right? So that was the first fix. But let's going into the blueprint. I will be swapping back and forth between the two to explain some things, but let's just start from the beginning. At the very top here, we do have the widget. The widget is very easy to understand. These are two image boxes that I've changed into dialogue box names. I was trying to match the feel and look of Deltarune or Undertale's dialogue. The only thing that I didn't get was whenever the NPC or the main character was speaking, there's some sort of indication or icon on the left side where it's like a silhouette of the character. I did not figure that out, but I'm sure that a couple of classmates could probably help me get that added. But anyways, these are the two text boxes. These will act as parameters in the blueprint for each one separately. Remember this right here, fisherman dialogue and guard dialogue, right? These will become important here in a moment. But what we do is make this widget, right? It's in the center of the screen. It's anchored. All right, it spawns it whenever the player overlaps with a capsule collision, um, or a sphere collision. My bad. And then yeah, whenever you leave it, it kills it. And then this end dialogue, this is where at the end of the index or the data table, which I'll show you very last, it ends the it gets rid of the widget automatically. But this is the full dialogue tree right here. So you do get the table, specifically the data table that you have listed, which there has to be a new one for each NPC that you create, and it gets the index for it. So how many lines there are. If there are more lines, then it will continue with the branch and the actual specified row. If there's not, then it'll end it, which is where that comes back up to up here. But so keep going. If there's another row, it will show the text here, get the sound in relation to the row of the text on the data table, and play it. Once it has done that, all at the same time, it also determines which row it is underneath the ownership of it. So this one is for the NPC, this top one, and for this bottom one, it's for the player. So left and right. Okay, and this is where we get into the data table. This is the data table for the fisherman, which is the exact same blueprint that I'm showing you here. But here's the rows 1, 2, 3, 4. That is the index that it's looking for. This here is the actual text. This is the Soundwave MP3 file that goes along with it. And then this is specifying the speaker, which is what's connected down here. Oh, wrong one. That's where it's connected down here of who the speaker is, depending on if it's left or right. But yeah, so there is an option to export this as a Microsoft file for Excel, and you can edit things individually. I did not prefer that. I actually like to stay in Engine and do this by hand. The only issue that I ran into was not being able to add a like enter or junction into the sentence. So I had to lower the font size, or else the characters of the text would go off the dialog box. I know that there's multi-line and line breaks that exist, but I couldn't find the parameters to enable them. But not a huge deal. And then obviously for each NPC that you make, you do have to create a new data table in relation to it. So this one, right? This is just the NPC dialogue tree, only having 4 rows. This is just the NPC talking, not the player. For this one, this is the NPC, then player, NPC player, NPC player, right? That's where the speaker changes. Okay? NPC player, NPC player, NPC player. Kind of an awkward interaction. Both of them having their own sound wave files that I recorded to go along with them. But yeah, once you put that all together, you get a system like this. This first one right here being the NPC with no reaction to the player dialogue. So the idea is that he shows you something that's like beyond comprehension. It's not even a fish, and it like just lights him on fire. But I haven't gotten to that point yet. This is the guard using the same player model as the character, which I thought was another reason to add image context to the dialogue boxes, but it's okay. This is the reactive one. This is the one where the NPC and the player both have their own dialogues left and right. So yeah, pretty neat. I need to go back and add the stars to that one. But yeah, that's about it. That's what we've got figured out at the moment. It's great. There are a couple errors. It's only 2 errors per blueprint. I know it shows 4, but that's because there's 2 NPC blueprints. But minor adjustments. I'm sure that it's simple. But yeah, that's been all for this week. And thank you for watching.